I truly don't think she's fought anyone like me. It's kind of unheard of to have 3 world championship fights in one card.
Welcome back everyone to the MMA Locker Room YouTube channel, and today with us we have Jackie Buntan, who will be fighting for the one Strawweight kickboxing title at 169. So Jackie, we are just few days away from the fight. How are you feeling, and how has been your fight camp so far?
Yeah, fight camp has been very good. I kind of think of it as a second time around since I had to pull out in the summer with the original fight set to happen. But this camp has been going smooth. I'm in a different headspace, a good headspace, and yeah, and we're in crunch time right now.
Awesome. So when this fight was initially offered to you, what was going through your mind? Like it was a kickboxing title fight. So what went through your mind when this fight initially got offered to you?
Yeah, I mean, ever since I was signed to the company a few years ago, I've made it known that I would love to compete in both Muay Thai and kickboxing. I kept pushing for kickboxing fights, and Muay Thai was just kind of what's always been offered, which is fine. After my last fight in March, I personally, messaged Chaudhry like, hey, would love to do a kickboxing fight. That's 3 wins in a row. I think I've worked my way up to another shot, and they gave it to me. So I was stoked, and to be able to fight, Anissa, fantastic athlete, so much experience. It's the type of fight any athlete wants. You want game opponents to make yourself better.
Awesome. So your last title fight in one championship came against Mila. So what were the biggest takeaways that you had from that particular fight?
Yeah, a lot of it was all mental, to be honest. It's like, I obviously lost that fight, but it was more so just knowing what I'm made of, you can tell yourself mentally that, you're tough, you have heart, you have grit, but it's not until you truly have been pulled into deep waters and know that you could survive that and manage it and, wade through it. That was the biggest takeaway for me. It's like, after that, it's like I could go through whatever and I'll be fine.
So adding to that, do you see this upcoming fight as a physical battle or a mental battle, considering the stakes that are up there?
Every fight, of course, world title, more higher stakes, but every fight is a battle, a balance of both physical and mental. Honestly, truthfully, more mental. Personally, I think it's more mental, because if your mental is not straight when you're in there, everything goes south. Your body's not going to respond the way you trained it to respond for a 2-month camp. So you got to go in there making sure your head is right. When your mind and head is right, your body's going to follow along.
So you mentioned that you have been running on an impressive winning streak. So do you think that adds to your confidence? Like Anissa is coming off a loss, you're coming on a winning streak. So does that add anything to the upcoming fight?
Yeah, I have great momentum behind me. With good momentum always adds and builds to your confidence. So yeah, 100%.
So Anissa obviously has a lot more experience in the kickboxing realm. So how do you approach preparing for a fight with an opponent who has plenty more experience than you when you compare to the sport?
Yeah, it's more so, knowing how she fights, dissecting how she fights, which me and my coach have done, and we do that for every fight that we take. He's my coach, Brian Popejoy. He's so detail-oriented with film study. But, again, she's had so much experience, and I don't take that away from her. I don't take her lightly at all. But I've always said that I'm very confident in myself as an athlete, as a fighter, and that no one has the type of style, IQ, adaptability, reflexes, all of that. And I truly don't think she's fought anyone like me. So that's where my confidence comes from.
So you've been fighting in Muay Thai. So how has you changed or adapted your game to come to the kickboxing side?
Yeah, I've been able to train with Janet when she would prepare for certain kickboxing bouts. So it wasn't entirely new, but there's obviously some changes. It's not like it's not like, okay, we have to change Jackie style 100% completely. It's more so adding nuances, adding different cadence, adding different timing, styles, rhythm, all that, adding all those details on top of my original style.
So how do you see this fight playing out? Like in your mind, what would be the ideal scenario when you step into that ring?
that I fight my fight and I don't fight her fight. I'm able to control the fight from rounds 1 to 5 and be dominant at that, and not let keep my game plan clear, keep my mind present, focus, and I think that I'll be able to make that happen.
Awesome. So what would this title mean to you? Like if you indeed win the title, like what would it mean to you, and how do you see it going about?
Yeah, I mean, it means so much to me, and I always say it's not. I mean, it's as much as for me, as much as it is for everyone who's helped me get here, my family, my friends, my coaches, my teammate, all of them. It's all for them because they're the ones who believed in me throughout this whole journey, and being able to kind of come to one of these high pinnacle moments of becoming a world champion. It's never done alone. And it just proves to myself that, there's so many downs in this road of being a fighter. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. You deal with a lot of lows, and it's just knowing that, okay, being able to wade through all those low times, and it was all worth it. I've had this vision and dream in my head for so long and believed in myself for so long. So being able to finally prove that to myself I don't think I could even explain it in words.
Awesome. So, like, we are seeing a lot of Muay Thai stars and kickboxing stars transition into MMA as well. So, you are now moving from Muay Thai to kickboxing. So, is a move to MMA also something that you have in the back of your mind, maybe somewhere down the future?
Not interested right now. I'm not saying no to it. We'll see where fighting takes me. Right now, I have goals of, you know, solidifying my name in the striking world. But yeah, I'll say never say never.
And we have a great card coming up. So, apart from your fight, like, what are some of the other fights that you're looking forward onto the fight card?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen a one card with this many title fights, so it's exciting for sure. There's a whole bunch. I was excited for the Tom and Chai and Joe. I know that got pulled, but all of them really. I Rod Tang, of course, everyone loved to watch Rod Tang, and the guy he's fighting he's tough as nails. So I think that would make an exciting fight.
So, lastly, for someone who's not into combat sports or someone who does not watch the sport, what message would you want to say to them regarding 169 and your fight?
I'd say it's kind of unheard of to have 3 world championship fights in one card. So that makes number 1 why you should tune in. Number 2, they're all exquisite, they're all fantastic athletes. And, not to toot my own horn, but like myself and Anissa were two powerhouses, 2 exciting female fighters putting it all on the line for a world championship title. So yeah, everybody should definitely tune in to watch.